basically the mind of Buddha. And so this way we feel blessed by Buddha's mind when we pray, meditate, and also receive inspirations from Buddha's teaching at Situpa.
For the next question, what is the purpose of this event, grand invocation and consecrations?
Okay, yes, because this is a temple, a Buddhist temple, particularly representing non-sectarian Palpung institution. So it is very important for us to have invocation, because we build something like a temple or a statue or anything like that. Without invocation, it is just look like a Buddha, look like a temple, but it does not become truly Buddha image or Buddha temple. And we have to invoke the blessing of the Buddha and Buddha or Bodhisattva, and also enlightened masters of the past, because Lord Buddha's teaching and the Lord Buddha's manifestation is taken place 2,569 years ago. So all of that continuation of the lineage has to be invoked. And then after that, it has to be consecrated, because invoke means when we pray, each time we invoke. But then at the end of the prayer, then we also send away. But consecrate means any temple, any stupa, any rupa, then we have to consecrate it. So blessing which is invoked has to be consecrated there, so it remains there, and whoever encounters that, they will have a blessing, and they will have inspiration. It will make them feel at peace, feel positive, feel happier, and also feel more confidence and happiness about themselves as well.
For the third question, considering the location around the Borobudur circle, how does this ceremony connect spiritually with Borobudur and its universal message?
Yes, actually the places like Borobudur is historical, and it was over 1,000 years back. Great enlightened prince of Jambi, Dharmakirti. He is highly enlightened, great master, and also Mura Jambi is a great Dharma seat. And many enlightened disciples came from all over the world, and particularly connected to my lineage, lineage of the Gara Palpung Padmasambhava is Dipankar Sirjana, and he came all the way from India to Indonesia, actually particularly to Murajambi, 1,000 years back. And he spent many years here, learned Dharma, and brought back to India. And then he at the end of his life, actually from the middle of his life until the end of his life, he visited Tibet, and he passed away in Tibet. And so we also practice all the teachings that he have given there. And so this way it is very, very strongly connected, and I feel the blessing here And so that way, this surrounding area is so very important. For example, in India and Nepal, the Buddha's birthplace is in Nepal, and the rest of the Buddha's great activity, including enlightenment, teaching, turning the wheel of Dharma, and Paranirvana, the passing away, all took place in Holy Land of India. So all those places we visit because they are holy places. And Buddha's enlightenment place like Bodh Gaya is visited by hundreds of thousands of people, in fact millions of people every year, and to remember Buddha and also to receive the blessing, the presence of the Buddha.
For the upcoming agenda about the Dharma teachings, what is the topic of the Dharma teachings you are going to share during the upcoming session at Graha Papun Padma Sambhava?
Yes, it is actually how to recognize one's own potential, because you, me, and everyone, ultimately, we all are future Buddha according to the teaching of the Buddha, or we all are future enlightened being. If you are not Buddhist, you might not say Buddha, but each faith have their own wish and aim for ultimate destination. So that is within us. It is not coming from outside. It is within us. It's like the seed of a great, beautiful medicinal flower, and everything is in the seed. We are the host of the seed, and that seed has to be sowed and nurtured, then it will bloom. So that way, the topic of the teaching here, which I was requested by all the disciples here, is also quite a few people from different places throughout the world actually, is to teach them how to make use of their own existing inner potential to make them a better person, happier person. The definition of better person is they care for themselves more, they care for others more, they can do something real meaningful for themselves as well as to others, and also towards entire humanity. And that was the subject. Yes.
For the topic is about wisdom for meaningful life.
Yes.
So in this rapidly changing and uncertain world, how can we cultivate the wisdom necessary to lead a truly meaningful life? From the perspective of Dharma, what is the most essential point to focus on within the Buddhist spiritual context?
Yes, it never changes. There's no such thing as a ultimately good times, bad times, etc., etc. Relatively, yes, there is. But during the day, sun is visible. During the night, sun is not visible, but sun is visible in other places. And tomorrow morning, it will shine from the east again. So it is always there. Everything is always there. And excuse me. Actually, during the good days or bad days, whatever people feel, it is a reality. We shouldn't deny it, we should face it, but we should not give up, because everybody is ultimately, naturally perfect. You're perfect, he's perfect, she's perfect, he's perfect, I'm perfect, ultimately. Relatively, all of us have some shortcomings, so we have to transform these shortcomings into potential. And so that is how I try to share the sacred Dharma to meet the request of the devotees here.
Okay. For the last agenda is about Avalokiteshvara
Shwara, yes.
empowerment. So what does this mean about
Yes.
this agenda?
Yeah, Avalokiteshvara is a Sanskrit terminology. It means a bodhisattva who never closes his eye, always open for the benefit of all sentient beings. So it is compassion, because true compassion is within us. For example, a mother's compassion to her child is so natural, and also of the father, of course, but mother, very natural. We all know, human, animal, everything, even the spirits. And so the compassion is so precious. We should have compassion to ourselves, then we will have compassion to others. We try to cultivate compassion from some kind of outside sources and try to be compassionate to others, and not being compassionate to ourselves, then it is not really 100% genuine. So it is compassion, and Avalokiteshvara represents the compassion. We all wanted to receive the blessing of the compassion of all the great ones, enlightened ones, so that we can be compassionate to ourselves, so that we can be compassionate to others, and our compassion should not be just a kind of desperate compassion. It should have wisdom. So when the time is to do our action, we should be able to. When we should sit back and pray, then we should be able to. And we don't become fanatic or let's say desperate. Even with good things, with desperation, nothing works. Yes.
This last question. Thank
Okay.
you so much for your time.
Okay.
Thank you
Welcome.
very much.
Welcome.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.